my God. She wants to kill me.
Emma Collins never imagined that a surprise romantic dinner could unravel her life so dramatically. But when she overhears her husband plotting her demise, the kitchen becomes ground zero for a chilling confrontation between love and betrayal. The kitchen was bathed in warm, natural light, filtering through sheer curtains, casting soft patterns on the gleaming countertops. Yet, the air was thick with tension. In the center of this bright, modern space stood a woman in a gray sweater, hand poised above a dish, a small vial of liquid trembling between her fingers. Her face was a mask of determination, shadowed by desperation, a facade that belied the danger of her actions. Across from her, a woman in a denim shirt watched, her eyes wide with a mix of horror and disbelief, hands covering her mouth as if to stifle a scream. This was a moment of realization where the illusion of safety crumbled and the sinister truth loomed large. Before we go any further, pause for a moment and tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And what would you do if you accidentally overheard someone you love planning to harm you? Would you confront them immediately or stay silent and gather proof? And if you're drawn to intense stories of betrayal, courage, and women reclaiming their power, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what unfolds next. Emma Collins had not expected her life to unravel in the home she had lovingly built with her husband, Ryan. This kitchen, once a haven of warmth and laughter, now served as the backdrop to the chilling betrayal that threatened to destroy her. Her heart pounded as she watched the scene unfold, a cruel confirmation of the nightmare she had stumbled upon just days before. It had begun with a simple act of love, a decision to surprise Ryan with a romantic dinner after a canceled weekend getaway. But as she stepped into their living room, her world shifted irrevocably. Voices, hushed yet unmistakable, caught her attention. Emma froze, listening as Ryan's voice cut through the air, urging his mistress, Ashley, to find a way to harm her. The words echoed in her mind, each syllable a knife twisting deeper into her heart. The reality of his treachery was a sharp, bitter taste that left her breathless. Retreating to the shadows, Emma fought to steady herself, her mind racing. The life she thought she knew was a carefully constructed lie. But amidst the shock and heartbreak, a steely resolve began to form. She needed evidence, proof of Ryan's betrayal to protect herself and expose his deceit. That night, she planted hidden cameras throughout the house, a silent witness to the conversations that would confirm her worst fears. Over the following days, the footage revealed the full extent of Ryan's plot with Ashley. They spoke in hushed tones about accidents and alibis, unaware that their every word was being captured. The betrayal ran deep, seeping into every corner of Emma's once happy world. Yet, she remained determined, confiding only in her brother, David, who became her ally in the unfolding drama. Together, they sought the help of Officer Megan Carter, a trusted friend in law enforcement, to devise a plan that Emma prepared for the confrontation that would bring everything to light. The weight of deceit hung heavy in the air, but she was no longer the woman caught in the throes of betrayal. She was a force of resilience, ready to face the truth head-on. The stage was set for a dramatic revelation, where karma would begin to weave its justice, and Emma would reclaim her life from the shadows of deception. Emma Collins stood in the kitchen, her heart pounding as she watched the footage captured by the hidden cameras. The screen flickered with the damning evidence. Ryan's voice, once a source of comfort, now a chilling reminder of betrayal. Each word uttered by him, and Ashley, was a thread unraveling the fabric of her life. The conversations were laced with venom, plotting not just her demise, but a future built on deceit and treachery. The footage revealed more than she dared to imagine. Ryan, the man she once loved, was siphoning funds from their joint accounts, stashing away money to start a new life with Ashley. The financial betrayal was a stab almost as deep as the plot against her life. Her mind raced, connecting dots that painted a grim picture of the man she thought she knew. Yet, there was more. As Emma delved deeper into Ashley's past, a history of manipulation and violence emerged. Ashley had left a trail of destruction, using charm and deceit to entangle others in her web. The realization added another layer of danger to the already precarious situation. Emma's resolve hardened. She needed to act swiftly for her safety and her future. With newfound determination, Emma reached out to David, her brother and confidant. In the dim light of his apartment, she laid bare the evidence, her voice steady despite the turmoil within. David listened, his expression shifting from disbelief to anger, then to a steely resolve that matched her own. David introduced her to Officer Megan Carter, a trusted friend in law enforcement with a reputation for integrity and justice. The meeting was tense, charged with urgency and the weight of their mission. Megan, a woman of few words, listened intently as Emma recounted her ordeal, her eyes betraying a mix of empathy and determination. Together, they devised a Plan A sting operation to catch Ryan and Ashley in the act. It was risky, but necessary. The goal was to gather irrefutable evidence to ensure that justice would be served. Emma's heart ached at the thought of confronting Ryan, but she knew it was the only way to reclaim her life from the shadows of deceit. The plan was set in motion. Emma would pretend to go on a weekend trip, leaving the house ostensibly empty. Meanwhile, David and Megan would monitor the cameras, ready to act when Ryan and Ashley made their move. The anticipation was a palpable force, each passing hour stretching the tension to its limits. As the day approached, Emma felt the weight of her decision. She was no longer the woman trapped in a web of betrayal. She was a force of resilience, ready to face the truth head-on. The kitchen, once a place of warmth and love, was now the stage for a dramatic revelation. Emma stood poised, the substance hovering above the dish, a symbol of the impending confrontation. The evening arrived, casting long shadows across the kitchen floor. Emma's heart was a drumbeat in her chest, echoing the suspense of the moment. She watched the monitors, her breath catching as Ryan and Ashley entered the house, their laughter a cruel mockery of the love she once believed in. In the dim glow of the screen, the truth unfolded. Ryan, unaware of the cameras, spoke freely, his words sealing his fate. The betrayal was complete, and Emma felt a surge of emotions: anger, heartbreak, but also an unexpected sense of release. The moment of reckoning had arrived. With a deep breath, Emma signaled to David and Megan. The confrontation was imminent, a moment that would define not just the course of her life, but also her strength and resilience. The stage was set, and Emma was ready to reclaim her life from the shadows of deception. The days leading up to the confrontation felt like an eternity. Emma moved through each one with an air of normalcy that belied the storm brewing beneath her calm exterior. She maintained her routine, shared meals with Ryan, and even laughed at his jokes, all while her heart carried the heavy burden of the secret she was harboring. To Ryan, nothing seemed amiss, but every shared glance, every tender moment, was a reminder of the deceit that lay between them. Emma's evenings were spent in quiet coordination with David and Officer Carter, each clandestine meeting, adding another layer to the intricate plan they had devised. The tension was a living thing, stretching taut between them as they prepared for the moment when truth would finally break free from its shackles. As the chosen Saturday approached, Emma orchestrated a special dinner with Ryan, her invitation laced with an edge of anticipation that went unnoticed in his oblivion. She planned each detail meticulously, the setting, the menu, the timing, all elements of a stage upon which the drama of betrayal and justice would unfold. The kitchen, once a sanctuary of warmth and love, had become a crucible of tension, its bright light casting stark shadows on the walls. Emma moved through it with purpose, her actions dictated by a script only she knew. The table was set with care, each piece placed with a precision that belied the chaos swirling within her. As the evening descended, Emma felt the weight of her decision pressing down on her. Her heart was a drumbeat of anticipation, each pulse echoing the inevitability of what was to come. She dressed with care, her reflection in the mirror a reminder of the woman she had become, a woman forged in the fires of betrayal, now tempered with resilience and resolve. Ryan arrived home, his casual demeanor a stark contrast to the tension that crackled in the air. He greeted Emma with a kiss, his touch a cruel reminder of the love she had once cherished. As they sat down to dinner, Emma's mind was a whirl of emotions, the taste of her own deception bitter on her tongue. The conversation flowed, a dance of words that masked the truth beneath. Emma played her part with skill, her laughter a shield against the storm within. Yet, as the meal drew to a close, the moment of reckoning loomed. Large, its approach inevitable. With a steady hand, Emma reached for the tablet she had hidden nearby. Her fingers brushed its surface, the cool metal a grounding presence in the maelstrom of her emotions. She placed it on the table, the screen, flickering to life with incriminating footage, a silent testament to the betrayal that had shattered her world. Ryan's reaction was immediate, his shock a ripple across the calm facade he had maintained. His eyes widened, disbelief giving way to anger as realization dawned. The trap had been sprung, the web of deceit he had woven now ensnaring him. "What is this?" His voice was a low growl, the words weighted with fury and fear. Emma met his gaze, her own steady and unyielding. "The truth, Ryan. The truth you thought you could hide." The silence that followed was a chasm, deep and unbridgeable. Ryan's anger flared, a desperate attempt to regain control of a situation slipping through his fingers. But it was too late. The truth was a force that could no longer be contained. Outside, the wail of sirens pierced the night, a herald of justice descending upon the scene. Officer Carter and her team arrived with purpose, their presence a tangible reminder of the plan that had been set in motion. Emma watched as Ryan was led away, his protests a hollow echo in the wake of their confrontation. The weight of what had transpired settled around her, a mix of relief and sorrow that left her breathless. In the aftermath, Emma stood alone in the kitchen, the remnants of the evening scattered around her like pieces of a life now irrevocably changed. She took a deep breath, the air heavy with the scent of closure and new beginnings. This was not the end, but rather a new chapter, the beginning of a journey toward healing and redemption. Emma was no longer defined by the shadows of deceit. She was a force of resilience, ready to reclaim her life and chart a new course toward the future. The sharp click of heels against marble floors echoed down the corridors of justice, a prelude to the trial that would lay bare the tangled web of lies and betrayal. Emma stepped into the courtroom, her heart steady but her mind racing with the gravity of what lay ahead. The air was charged with anticipation, a palpable tension that mirrored the storm within her. Emma sat at the plaintiff's table, flanked by her lawyer, a formidable presence with a reputation for tenacity. He offered a reassuring nod, a silent vow to fight with everything at his disposal. The prosecutor, a stern woman with a keen intellect, joined them, her eyes reflecting the determination to see justice served. The courtroom filled slowly, the gallery buzzing with murmurs as spectators settled in. At the defense table, Ryan and Ashley sat, their expressions a mix of indignation and unease. Ryan's once confident demeanor had crumbled, revealing the cowardice beneath. Ashley, her face a mask of defiance, glanced nervously around, aware of the precarious situation they faced. As the judge entered, a hush fell over the room, the gravity of the proceedings settling like a shroud. The trial commenced, the prosecutor laying out the case with precision, weaving the narrative of deceit and manipulation that had led Emma to this moment. The evidence was damning, the footage Emma had procured, a linchpin in the argument against Ryan and Ashley. Emma took the stand, her heart pounding in her chest, yet her resolve unshaken. She recounted her ordeal, her voice steady, each word a testament to her strength and determination. She spoke of trust betrayed, of the fear and doubt that had haunted her, and of the courage it had taken to confront the truth. The courtroom was silent, the weight of Emma's testimony resonating with everyone present. Her lawyer followed with incisive questioning, drawing out the details of Ryan's betrayal and Ashley's complicity. The defense attempted to undermine her credibility, casting doubt where they could, but Emma remained unyielding, her truth a beacon of clarity amidst their obfuscation. As the trial progressed, the supporting characters came into focus. Emma's lawyer, a seasoned advocate, deftly countered the defense's tactics, his arguments sharp and persuasive. The prosecutor, with her precise questioning and unwavering focus, dismantled the defense's claims piece by piece. The jury listened intently, absorbing each revelation, weighing the evidence presented. The tension in the room grew, a crescendo of anticipation as the trial drew to its inevitable conclusion. Finally, the moment arrived. The jury filed back into the courtroom, their expressions grave. The foreman stood, clearing his throat, the silence in the room absolute. We find the defendants guilty of conspiracy to commit harm. A collective breath was released, the verdict a balm to Emma's battered soul. Ryan and Ashley's faces fell, their fate sealed by the weight of their own actions. The judge pronounced their sentence, the gavel strike a definitive end to their deceitful enterprise. Emma felt a profound sense of release, the burden of betrayal lifting from her shoulders like a veil cast aside. Justice had been served, the scales balanced in her favor. She took a deep breath, the air sweet with the promise of new beginnings. As the courtroom emptied, Emma lingered for a moment, her heart full of gratitude and resolve. This chapter of her life had closed, but the story was far from over. She stepped into the sunlight outside, her spirit buoyed by the knowledge that she had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, ready to embrace the future with open arms. The courtroom doors closed behind her, and Emma stepped into the bright afternoon sun, a sense of liberation washing over her. The verdict had been a balm, but the future beckoned with new promises, a tapestry yet to be woven. As she walked away from the courthouse, her mind turned to those who might be walking a similar path of betrayal and pain. A seed of an idea took root in her heart, a calling to transform her ordeal into a beacon of hope for others. Days turned into weeks, and Emma poured her energy into creating a haven for those wounded by treachery. She envisioned a non-profit organization, a sanctuary where victims of deceit could find solace and strength. She named it the Phoenix Initiative, symbolizing rebirth from the ashes of betrayal. The paperwork was daunting, but her determination was unwavering. Each signature a step towards healing not just for herself, but for many. As the organization began to take shape, Emma faced another challenge: funding. Her savings were modest, but she was determined to see her vision through. One morning, as she sifted through a mountain of paperwork in her modest office, she received an unexpected letter. The envelope bore no return address, its contents a mystery. With hesitant fingers, she opened it, revealing a single sheet of paper and a check. The letter was brief, but its words resonated deeply. "Your courage inspired me. Use this to help others find their strength." The check was substantial, a lifeline thrown by an anonymous benefactor. Tears welled in Emma's eyes, gratitude mingling with disbelief. This unexpected support allowed her to expand her reach, to offer counseling, legal aid, and a community for those in need. The Phoenix Initiative was no longer just a dream, it was becoming a reality. With the organization flourishing, Emma found herself reflecting on her journey. The trials she had faced had forged her into someone she hardly recognized: stronger, more resilient, and infinitely compassionate. She realized that her scars were not just reminders of her past, but symbols of her endurance. Each story she heard from others, each life touched by the Phoenix Initiative, reinforced her belief in the power of healing and renewal. Amidst this whirlwind of activity, life offered another unexpected gift. Emma met Alex, a doctor who volunteered at a local clinic. Their paths crossed during a community outreach event, and there was an instant connection. Alex was compassionate, his demeanor a soothing balm to her weary soul. He listened without judgment, his understanding born from his own experiences with loss and recovery. Their relationship blossomed gradually. Each moment shared a step towards intimacy. Emma found herself opening up to Alex about her past, her fears, and her hopes for the future. He listened with patience, offering support without smothering her independence. In Alex, Emma found a partner who understood the complexity of healing, someone who appreciated her strength and encouraged her dreams. Together, they navigated the delicate balance of past and present, each strengthening the other. Emma's heart, once guarded and cautious, dared to dream of love again. Alex's presence was a reminder that while betrayal had once shattered her world, it had also paved the way for profound connections and a deeper understanding of herself. As Emma stood at the helm of the Phoenix Initiative, she felt a sense of purpose like never before. Her journey had been fraught with pain and deception, but it had also been a catalyst for transformation. Surrounded by a community she had helped build, supported by an unexpected ally, and cherished by a new love, Emma embraced the future with open arms. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow across the landscape. Emma watched from her office window, the promise of a new day reflected in her eyes. She had emerged from the shadows, not unscathed, but stronger and more determined. Her story was far from over, but the chapters ahead were filled with hope, healing, and the unyielding spirit of the phoenix within her. The bustling hall was filled with anticipation, the air electric with excitement and admiration. Emma stood at the edge of the stage, her heart pounding with a mix of nerves and exhilaration. As she looked out at the sea of faces, she realized how far she had come. This gathering was not just an acknowledgement of her work, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Emma's story had struck a chord with many, her journey from betrayal to empowerment resonating with those who had faced their own trials. The Phoenix Initiative had grown beyond her wildest dreams, a sanctuary for those seeking solace and a fresh start. As she stepped into the spotlight, a hush fell over the crowd. For a moment, she paused, taking in the weight of this moment. "Thank you," she began, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "Thank you for believing in me and in the vision of the Phoenix Initiative. Together, we have built a community where healing and hope flourish." She spoke of the stories that had touched her heart, the individuals whose lives had been transformed through the efforts of the initiative. Each narrative was a thread in the tapestry of resilience, a testament to the power of collective strength. Emma's words were more than just a recounting of achievements. They were a rallying cry for compassion and understanding. As she concluded her speech, the crowd erupted into applause, the sound echoing through the hall like a wave of encouragement. Emma felt a profound sense of fulfillment, her heart swelling with gratitude. It was a moment of triumph, not just for her, but for everyone who had dared to dream of a better future. After the event, Emma found herself surrounded by friends and supporters, their smiles and words of encouragement reinforcing the impact of her work. Yet amidst the celebration, her thoughts turned to Alex. He had been her anchor, his unwavering support a constant source of strength. Together, they had navigated the complexities of love and healing, building a relationship founded on trust and mutual respect. Later that evening, as the festivities wound down, Emma and Alex found a quiet corner to reflect on the day's events. The gentle hum of conversation and soft music provided a comforting backdrop as they sat together, hands entwined. "I can't believe how far we've come," Emma mused, her voice tinged with awe. "There were times I didn't think I could do it." Alex squeezed her hand, his gaze steady and reassuring. "You've always had it in you, Emma. This is just the beginning." Their conversation meandered through dreams of the future, of the life they envisioned together. A life where their shared experiences informed their path, where love and understanding were the cornerstones of their partnership. In Alex, Emma had found not just a lover, but a confidant, someone who understood the depth of her journey and supported her unconditionally. As the evening drew to a close, Emma felt a sense of peace settling over her. The shadows of betrayal that had once loomed large had receded, replaced by the light of hope and renewal. She stood at the precipice of a new chapter, one filled with promise and possibility. Emma's final reflection was one of gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons learned, for the strength discovered in adversity, and for the love that had blossomed in the most unexpected of circumstances. Her heart was open, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead with courage and determination. Surrounded by loved ones, Emma felt a profound sense of belonging. Her journey had been fraught with challenges, but it had also been rich with moments of joy and connection. The path she had chosen was not without its trials, but it was also illuminated by the resilience and tenacity of the human spirit. In that moment, as laughter and warmth enveloped her, Emma looked forward with unwavering confidence. She was ready to embrace a brighter, more fulfilling life, empowered by the knowledge that she was never truly alone. Her journey of transformation was far from over, but with each step, she became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to find strength in their own stories. Before the story ends, let me hear from you in the comments. Do you believe karma always finds its way back to those who betray trust? What would you have done in Emma's place? Expose the truth quietly or confront it head-on? Your thoughts matter, and your voice could give strength to someone facing a similar storm. And don't forget to subscribe for more gripping stories of betrayal, survival, and women reclaiming their lives when everything is on the line. The next story might be the warning or the hope someone needs today.